everyone, and welcome to the show. You are now watching Start Your Day Right with Protein Power, brought to you by Nutrilite Amway. My name is Tara Anchant, and I am your host. And I know some of you are already thinking, perempuan ni apa dia tahu pasal, protein ni? Well, you are not wrong. I don't know much. And that is why we are bringing a very special guest. She is a friend, she is a dietitian, she's Malaysian, she is Fiona. Everyone, please welcome Fiona to the show. Hi, Fiona.
Hi, Tara. Hi, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, all right. So for those of you who don't know Fiona, could you just share a bit more about yourself?
Sure. My name is Fiona. I'm a dietitian and I'm passionate in promoting nutrition knowledge to the community. I have experience working in hospitals, corporate and community settings. We provided me many different aspects of diet challenges. And we gotta teach them about diet and nutrition, teach them how they monitor their diet and take care of their health.
So in a nutshell, Fiona is a friend that we all need in our lives, okay? Being Malaysians, we love our food so much and we struggle because it's so hard to make right and smart choices. And that's why having someone like Fiona in our lives to explain to us what is the right move, what is the smart move, is very useful. Do a lot of friends ask you these things, not Fiona?
Sorry?
Do a lot of friends ask you for help when it comes to these things?
Yes, because when it comes to about diet and health, they will definitely ask us to actually plan their diet and how to get a slim body or a good diet.
Okay, so we're all very lucky that you're here today. Now, before we get into like the technical terms of what is protein and all that, some people at home might be thinking, I have enough protein already. Hey, you might be wrong. We don't know that. Maybe, Fiona, you could share with us some symptoms of what it's like when our bodies don't have enough protein.
Okay, common protein deficiency symptoms you will notice like hair falls, brittle nails. Sometimes you will feel tired, fatigue. Some even have flappy muscles, sagging or wrinkled skin. Yeah, and some even have poor immunity as well. So these are the symptoms of protein deficiency.
I feel like a bit attacked. How you know I got hair on my floor, in my toilet, everywhere, in my room, outside my room. There's hair everywhere. I thought it was just stress. But maybe it's now lack of protein.
Well, there are many factors that affect the symptoms I mentioned, like diet and nutrition, environmental factors, and also product that you are using. So for diet and nutrition, the lack of protein is one of the most common deficiency that can cause these symptoms.
I see. So we know we're like touching the surface protein's importance. So before we dive a bit further, for those of us who, paid attention in school, but the moment we graduated, we left everything behind. Can you share with us what is protein?
So protein is one of the 3 macronutrients which sets the foundation for a strong body, right? So besides carbohydrate and fats, protein is also important. So protein, right, it can be found throughout the body. It can be every part of your cell, tissue and organ. So it is very important and they are the building blocks of life actually.
Okay, so protein is everywhere. That's what I got from that. Protein is everywhere. But what does protein do in our bodies? What is the function?
When people mention protein, right, they strictly think about muscle. But there are actually more functions of protein, which the first one I will share with you is it provides structure, strength, and also elasticity, like your hair, nail, and skin. So you notice you have brittle nails, your hair falls are small. So these are the symptoms of you need more protein.
I see. So because it breaks easily if it's lacking protein.
Correct.
Okay.
So protein also helps in terms of your growth and maintenance of tissues. Example, when you are sick or people recovering from injury, even during pregnancy or while breastfeeding, you will need more protein during this period of time to repair the wear and tear tissues.
You're right. Pregnant women need protein. There's a lot of wearing and tearing that is happening. And I think there's a lot of need for repairing as well.
Yeah, so we need that in order to support our body functions, our daily body functions. And besides that, protein act as a transporters and also nutrient storage. Like hemoglobin. Do you know what's hemoglobin?
Nope.
Okay, okay, never mind. It's actually imagine that the small balls, right? It carries oxygen throughout our body.
Okay,
so the hemoglobin itself, right? Because it provides oxygen, but the hemoglobin itself is actually a protein.
Oh.
Yeah. So besides that, enzyme in our body, enzyme that help us in terms of their digestion, the energy production, and give you muscle contraction. So the enzyme itself, they are protein. So that's why they are very important. But one thing I would like to really highlight is the protein actually gives you very strong immune health, because they are the one who form the antibodies and also white blood cells to fight the infections.
Oh, I think like everyone that just heard this last point, their ears snake. Immune. This is very important during pandemic times right now. Oh,
yes,
I did not know protein helped with fighting infections as well. Actually, that's news to me.
Because they need it to form the antibodies, white blood cells, to fight the infections.
I see. Okay, so earlier you had specifically mentioned people who are ill or recovering from injury and pregnant people who require protein, but can anyone else take protein?
Actually, everyone needs it.
Makes sense.
But normally we focus into like people like children, adults, and the elderly. Because children, they need to set their foundation right. They need to have a strong foundation to build their body, not just physically, but also mental development is very important. Then for adults or older elderly, our car is our body is like a car. So when the car koyak already, it requires service and also change spare parts.
But unfortunately, body cannot lah.
Yeah, our body cannot. So if you try, you actually sleep late one day, right? You sleep super late. Then the next day you need to wake up early. You feel, your energy level is super low. You are not as energetic as before, super tired, right? So our body, like you said, we cannot change spare parts. Then we need to make sure our body works properly, right? Protein is the backbone here that you need it to kickstart your day.
You're right. I'm not even 30 and I'm feeling effects. Maybe it's protein. I sit down and watching TV, also can feel koyak from wanting to change the channel. It's not a good sign, I think.
Yeah, so that's why it gives you the symptoms already. It's time for you to take care of your health.
Time to be my own mechanic lah, is what you're saying. Okay, so if it doesn't matter, someone shouldn't be thinking like if I don't exercise, I don't need protein. That's not the case. Everyone, whether you exercise or not, needs protein, right?
Yes, you are right. Everyone needs protein.
Okay, all right. So the next question is then, how much? How much protein does one need on a daily basis?
Well, there's a few criteria to depends on, like your age, your gender, the level of your physical activity, and your weight. Of course, special conditions like pregnancy, lactation, or athlete, their protein requirements are different. So, how we tell the public to actually get sufficient amount of protein is based on your weight. It requires 1 gram of protein per kg of body weight per day. I know it's super long. I simplify it. So imagine, example, your current is 55 kg.
Okay.
So you need 55 grams of protein per day.
Okay, that makes sense on paper to me. But how would I be able to track that on like when I'm on the go? Do I take out the scale? Like, how do I know if I'm getting enough protein?
Okay, normally we will use the hand pump method. So the hand pump method to estimate the amount of protein intake. I give you a common examples, like 1 palm size of chicken or meat or fish, maybe about 90 to 100 grams. There's 14 grams of protein. 14. Yeah. Then for tofu or tempeh, it requires about 1.5 palm size, and to give you same amount of protein, 14 grams.
Oh, wow. Science has come a long way from can tell us what's inside and use representation on the outside. I think this is a really good way for people to understand. Like, if you don't want to know the numbers, this is a shortcut. One type, like, okay, this is not enough chicken, I need more chicken.
So this is a pump size, because everyone pump size is different. But don't worry, this method is just help us to estimate so that we can get sufficient protein for each meal. It's very simple and straightforward method for everyone.
Okay, that's good. Now, for everyone that's at home and thinking, if they're like me, they'll probably be wondering, okay, I know that there's protein in chicken, I know there's protein in dairy, but where else can I get protein? You mentioned tofu, that's new to me.
Okay, so beside animals protein like meat, fish and all, plant-based protein also an excellent choice, like soy, right?
Soy protein.
Yeah, so soy, they are naturally cholesterol-free, low in saturated fat. Yeah, but animal proteins are the opposite.
Oh, wow.
Because normally animal proteins, right, they have, if you consume more red meats, it will lead to higher risk of heart diseases, which is not good for your health. So that's why when you choose animal protein, we will ask you to choose wisely. Go for lean meat, white meat. Don't go for all the processed food like nuggets, cold cuts, those are not highly recommended.
The struggle has begun.
So don't worry. So that's why, since soy protein is a good alternative to substitute with animal proteins, right? You should try, because research already mentioned if you replace, not to say totally replace, you have to be substantially replace your soy with animal protein a few times each week. Will help you to reduce your saturated fat in your body and also the risk of getting those heart diseases.
Wow, I think that's a really big benefit of taking protein, because I did not know that it affected heart disease as well, as in it has a positive impact on something as severe as heart problems.
Yeah. And besides that, soy is also a good source of isoflavones. Isoflavones is a phytochemical which only found in plants, which they provide the protection against the age-related disease, like your heart, your cardiovascular disease, and even osteoporosis. So they are actually mentioned soy protein. They can provide you this kind of health benefits, which we should recommend the public to try.
Okay, while we're on the topic of soy, this might be derailing a bit, but when I was growing up, I was told something else about soy from my friends. They said, you take soy, 喝白变白, which translates to minum putih jadi putih. You can maybe tell us that, is that true? That's not true, right? I don't think that's true.
Because soy, they contains phytoestrogens that may contribute to that. They might make your skin fair. But everyone, the sensitivity level towards the phytoestrogens is different.
That's good to know. I feel like when you mentioned estrogen, then there was this other thing that they used to say. They used to say soy helps you upgrade. But not
to everyone.
A to B.
But it's not to everyone, and it might not happen to everyone as well. It might not happen to everyone. So it might be happen. It is just the sensitivity level for everyone is different towards the phytoestrogen.
I see. Okay, so we've discussed that protein can be found in plants. It can be found in animals. So why is there a need for protein in the form of powder as well?
Actually, it depends on your needs and also your current situation. Why protein powders is very important is because first it's convenient. Protein powders are convenient because if you're looking something that's low fat, low cholesterol alternative, then at the same time provide you all the important amino acids and offer you a high quality protein, you should go for protein powders, right? But of course, not to say animal proteins is bad. It also depends on your choice of animal protein. I give you a scenario.
Thank you.
Okay. 2 scoops of protein it gives you 16 grams of complete protein. 2 scoops of protein powder give you 16 grams of complete protein. Right? So, example, when you are super busy, you don't know, you have no time to prepare. So, which one will you go for? You go for 2 scoops of protein powder, or you go for the 1.5 pump of animal protein, 1.5 pump of tofu.
The 5-minute to 10-minute option. I'm too busy. I don't even cook. I think this is like the fastest alternative.
Yeah, that's the fastest alternative. And also because it's in powder form, it is the rate of the digestion and also absorption will be much faster as well.
Yes.
But we are not talking about you need to replace your animal protein totally with soy. You can have both. You just need to balance it so that, from time to time you get to try different things, and then your stomach also happy, your mouth also happy.
Thank you. See, this is the difference between a normal dietitian and a Malaysian dietitian. They know we love our food. So even if we offer powder is good, but we also would like to still eat our chicken and our red meat and whatever else that is delicious.
Okay. So you can target your busiest meal. For example, morning you got already no time to prepare, especially now during pandemic time. Like housewives, they need to take care of their kids. You have a lot of meetings to attend to. So the protein powder you can mix with some fruits or nuts, or even with meal replacement to make it a healthier meal, and it will be a great kickstart for your day.
So now we're discussing about the right time to have protein, and I would also think that I would have thought that it's after I exercise or after I do something that I need, then I would need protein. But you're saying that that's not the case. It's more of the busiest time of the day.
Because protein powder, now they come up with a convenient form protein powder. You just mix with water, then you can just add some fruits or add some other things to make it to have different flavors. So you won't get bored. You can just be creative, try and mix with other food, or meal replacement to make it a balanced meal. Yeah.
Okay. The biggest takeaway that you mentioned is the breakfast thing. I think that's very convenient for someone who wakes up 15 minutes before a meeting. Just grab and go, and you have breakfast and you're full, and that's the most important. Because sometimes, even if, for me, when I wake up late, I'm rushing, and most of the time I just grab an apple. Because that is the most convenient for me.
Yeah.
But it's not giving me everything that I need, right?
So yeah, because you just eat apples. So apples basically give you some minerals, some vitamins, and even some fiber. But you don't have the protein in it. And just to elaborate further, because Malaysian breakfast normally are high in carbohydrates, like roti canai, bread, mee goreng, So additionally, now is pandemic, we can't go out and eat. So what give you the convenience is you can use protein powder. It can give you a balanced meal
on top of the everything that you mentioned earlier, right?
Yeah, because generally like roti canai or mee goreng, I don't think you will have the full egg there, or I don't think you have one palm size of chicken there. So definitely it's insufficient of protein.
Okay.
So that's where you need to replace your protein, and the convenient way is to get your protein powder.
Okay. I feel like you've shared a lot of great tips and great insights already. But before we can let you go, Fiona, I need your help to debunk some of the myths I've heard about protein. Okay? All right. The first myth that I've heard is that consuming a high protein diet makes you fat. Is this true?
Well, generally, if you take plant protein, right, because it's naturally lower in calories compared to your normal meal. Because your normal meal, it can go up to 500 to 600 kilocalorie. Yeah. Okay. So when you take proteins and add some maybe nuts, fruits, or oats, it will only go up you take 2 scoops of protein powder plus your fruits and all, maybe you go up to 300 to 400 kilocalorie per meal. So it actually save your calories, and it helps to, you have a healthy meal, yet save your calories for others' meal lah. Yeah, but for the protein powder, I recommend you don't put sugar or syrup inside. You know that will add more calories, but it don't give you the health benefits. They only give you the sweet taste. So why don't the sweet taste come from fruits? Yeah, so that's how we balance up. And generally, protein won't make you fat if you take the sufficient amount. But when you actually look into animal proteins, right? That's why we say you have to choose the animal protein, lean meat, and also reduce the red meat intake. Because when you cook the meat, right, definitely you use some sort of oils. So the meat itself already got oil, and also you have to add additional oil to cook the meat. So it all adds up the calories. It will be much more than your plant protein supplement, the plant protein shakes. So generally protein, it won't make you fat unless you really take super a lot of food. Like meat, you take super a lot.
So it comes down to a balanced diet.
Yeah, it depends on the choices of the protein that we choose, and make sure we get the balanced meal.
I see. Okay, I did not know that. All right, thank you very much. Now for myth number 2, the last myth. Does more protein mean more muscle?
Okay, when you consume protein alone, right, it does not build muscle. It has to pair with exercise. So because exercise, it will help you to stretch the muscles in our body. So when you stretch your muscles already, it actually create a micro gap that the protein can go inside. And then they create more muscle, and then slowly we have a small ticus.
Okay.
So that's why you need to pair with exercise.
I see. Okay, I'm starting to imagine the picture. I can see it now. So the short answer is no lah.
Yeah.
You have to work out.
Yeah, you have to work out. And then you need your protein, right, in your daily diet, because our protein needs to repair the wear and tear tissue. And then the muscle that's wear and tear, they need to fix it, and then they will have to grow some more. So it will slowly you will have more muscles in our body.
I see. Okay, I feel like there's 2 types of people here listening. One will be happy, one will be sad. The person happy will probably be, because I've had friends who are afraid of taking protein powder because they thought that after they take it, the next day they chilai, and then they become super fit, and it's not very feminine or slender, which is what they wanted. And that's not the case, guys. You don't have to worry about that.
Right? It requires some workout.
And for those of you who thought that, I just take protein then I can become the rock abang sado straight away, one drink, out him. It's not the case as well.
No, definitely not the case.
No shortcuts for fitness. And you're hearing it from the dietitian herself, who can also be our trainer now, I think.
Yeah, so have to consume protein daily. Make sure you got enough protein, exercise, then you have more muscles.
Okay, you heard it here first, loud and clear from our dear friend Fiona. Thank you so much, Fiona, for your time and for letting us pick your brains. I know I learned a lot. I hope our friends at home have also learned a lot from you. Thank you for your time, and I wish you a great day.
Same to you. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much once again to Fiona for joining us and sharing with us all this informational, insightful knowledge. Correct? I feel like I've learned a lot, and I hope you have too at home. Okay, if there's anything to take away, it's that protein is important. No matter who you are, no matter how old you are, it's important. So if you're a busy working adult, if you're a stay-at-home housewife, if you have parents to take care of, grandparents to take care of, kids to take care of, you should all be taking protein, okay? And the easiest or most convenient or efficient way to go about it is through powder if you don't have the time, protein powder. So my advice is you could always just take 1 to 2 scoops of Nutrilite soy protein drink per meal per day. It's not just my advice alone, it's also Fiona's. Remember Fiona? Okay, so don't forget to take your protein and remember to practice what you've learned today. Okay, now before I let all of you leave, I still have one more announcement to make, and that is the launch of the Start Your Day Right with Protein Power campaign that is being brought to you by Nutrilite M-Way. Okay, it's super exciting, and I'm going to tell you why. There's a lot of things that's going to be in store for you. For example, the protein and protein plus one short educational videos. There's going to be recipes. There's also going to be e-leaflets, all available to you throughout this campaign. Okay, all you have to do is go over to their Facebook page at Nutrilite Malaysia Facebook page, or head over to their website at www.nutrilite.com.my for more information. Easy, kan? Okay, so now that is it. I'm ready to let all of you go. Remember to stay safe. My name is Tiara. Remember, mantapkan hari anda and have a great day. Bye!